Gilbert. You son of a gun. Gilbert Arenas has thrown officially the life raft to Skip Bayless after AllBall has pleaded tirelessly with the black community. Don't give this man any more lifesavers, please. Let him drown. But Gilbert didn't listen. Gilbert Arenas and Skip Bayless are teaming up on a new show per Andrew Marchand of The Athletic. The show will be produced and owned by Underdog, who hosts Arena's current basketball program, Gil's Arena. The Arena Gridiron will feature Skip Bayless, former NFL cornerback Aqib Talib, and former NFL coach Jay Gruden. Arenas will also appear on the football program, while Gerald McCoy and Cody Kessler will be guests. Social media influencer Kinsey Wolanski will serve as the host on the show, which begins next Tuesday and will air 3 times per week.
Once again, Skip riding the brother man's coattail. Skip is like Vlad, bro. Skip and Vlad is the same people. Vlad TV and Skip Bayless is the same people. And why people keep throwing them a life rafter, I don't understand why. It's over for Skip. This shit is going to be so corny and so whack. I'm not even watching it. I'm not giving it a chance. I'm not. Listen, Gilbert Arenas just proves all of us right. That it doesn't matter if you play the game at a high level. You don't know jack shit about basketball. You don't care about the sport. These guys are not trying to teach us nothing. They're not intellectual. I love the platform, some of them, because it's entertaining. Like what Gilbert and them is entertaining. But at least maybe once, twice a week, be informal. Like, that's what kills me. Y'all all laugh at guys like us that say we don't know the game. But y'all sound just as bad as us or even worse. I'm
Mind
saying
the game. You could go watch Mind the Game. You learn some things on Mind the Game. But go ahead, OG. Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess you learn. I guess you learn how to hold your wine glass and drink wine, right?
Part of that.
Three grown men drinking wine together. I mean, you know. But
I was to say it.
I ain't learned shit on there neither. I'm being honest. These athletes need to put the mics down, bro. I'm sorry. I said it a while ago, and I'ma stand on what I say. You niggas is the connects, and y'all on the block handing out work. Y'all are the connects going out doing hand to hand. Bro, get out the way. Get out the way. This might be the worst pairing in sports history. I don't understand it. One guy glazes LeBron, just like Shannon Sharpe. Another guy hates LeBron and Skip Bayless. So are we going to have a low budget Undisputed? Like, come on, man. I see this shit coming from a mile away. For Gilbert Arenas, this shit is all about money. It's not about nothing else. Nothing else. Like I said, for me, Fabian Fleet, where's one of these athletes that has the big platform? Because I've watched guys like BJ Armstrong, who I love when he talks the game. Now, he's not going to have, the big social media presence. But I'm saying, you guys that have the big platforms, why do you not just one day out the week talk the game, break down the game, explain the game, teach us that didn't play the game? This shit is corny. This shit is corny. I'm being honest. Let's skip Burn, bro. Get him out of here. Him, Nick Wright, get them niggas out of here. I don't get it. It's a money grab. This shit is going to be super trash, and I'm going to be honest. I don't think it's going to last more than a year. Ain't nobody tuning into this. Sorry. Terrible. I don't even have much to say. Fuck them both, if you want me to be honest.
I seen the first couple minutes with Talib on there, Flea. I don't know if you got to catch any of it. What's your reaction to? I know this is your favorite subject, Skip Bayless and the business of sports slandering debates, slandering all the players. I mean, what's your reaction to Gil, throwing a life raft to
Hold on, can I just say one thing? I just seen a comment, right? And I don't like this. When people say Skip gave Stephen A his shine, right? Do we not think now, put your disliking to the side for Stephen A, everybody. Do you not think he never was going to be who he was without Skip Bayless?
Yes. Without Skip Bayless, I do not think he was going to be what he is today.
Correct.
I do not.
Correct.
Absolutely not.
I'm not saying what he is today. I'm saying you don't think he would have been successful at no level?
Success for sure. Where he's at today, no.
He's not where he's at because of Skip Bayless. I'm not going for that.
Listen,
he owes Skip Bayless a ton, and he anytime he is asked that, he makes sure he don't even have. I don't give a fuck what type. He don't run from that.
Is Shannon Sharpe what he is today because of Skip Bayless?
yes. I don't
there's they are catalysts to where they're at right now. If they don't you can't skip steps. If they don't get to that step, they don't get to where they at today. It's not about they didn't put in the work, but everything, even us, whether we like it or not, at some point we're gonna have to. When we get to where we want to get to, somebody else is gonna have to be all three of us gonna have to say, "Yo, thank you." So whoever that may be, we putting in the work. But whatever that catalyst is to the next step, paying homage ain't nothing wrong with that. And them two niggas owe him a lot of credit. Absolutely.
I'm not saying you don't pay homage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z still paid Dame Dash homage when they asked him. Yeah, Dame Dash played a vital part in my career. But like he said, go back and make another Hove. I see what Shannon and Stephen A does on their own. I seen what Skip tried to do on his own. He's a bum.
You can't say that.
The talent was put on display because of Skip Bayless. First Take, and the fact that we know who Stephen A. Smith is, his persona and personality is put on display when Skip Bayless says, "Come along." We know who Unk is and all that funny shit and learning Shannon Sharpe because the nigga said, "Yo, I want to fuck with this nigga." We don't see their talents get put on display without those steps. It don't happen. And if they skip those steps, we don't know where they at. They'll be successful, but
them niggas, I look at it like this. I'll let Fabian, I apologize for taking all y'all. Them niggas carry Skip. Niggas carry Skip, bro.
You can look at it like that all you want to. You can say that, right? And then you could also look at it. Gilbert Arenas is hoping that Skip carries him for a third time. Because if you make it a black and white thing, then that's going to go where it goes. For me, Skip Bayless was getting ESPN2 popping. He got that show popping on ESPN2. He pulled in Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith was banned from ESPN television. They said we don't want, and I don't even know why. I still don't fully understand why. But they said you can only do radio.
Leaning into the arrogant bullshit that he's in today. That time was different. They couldn't lean into who he naturally was. And now they see that that's the moneymaker. They gave it an opportunity, and now it's through the roof. But at that time, that type of TV wasn't. Stephen A. Smith was on the best damn sports show. He was that type of nigga, right? The ESPN wasn't with that shit yet. And now, okay, First Take pops off. I mean, cold pizza first, and then it evolves into First Take, and they're like, okay, this is a moneymaker. People want to watch debate. We're gonna lean into it. But Fox had that shit first.
But you just can't deny the fact that Flea hated it when I said it at first, but it's all wrestling. And you need a villain. None of them are a villain like Skip Bayless. No, look how much you hate him. That is intentional. He's on TV for you to hate him. He pulls it. He's all the algorithms for ESPN, the First Take thing, it started with him, and they were on Twitter, and they started actually admitting it. We used to go on Twitter during a break to see if we were popping or not, see who was commenting, who was replying. And Skip, I just seen an interview with him, and I forgot the girl's name, was on ESPN, and he said, "Yo, I couldn't even believe everybody was on Twitter while we're on a break, and they're actually responding to people in real time." I'm like, I don't care what they're talking about. Skip Bayless follows nobody on Twitter, and he was telling how everybody else was focused on it because they were getting so much heat from the show. Like, yo, look at your man, Skip, this, that, and the third. Skip is on fire, bro. Like it or not, Shannon Sharpe, once again, he's the one who saved him. And it looks like he may need to save him again just to go on another level. Shannon is doing his thing, but you acting like Shannon Sharpe went on YouTube and did a show by himself. No, he did not. He was on there with a whole bunch of celebrity guests too. That saved him as well. Put him on another level. Shannon Sharpe was not just he didn't create this whole motion on his own. He needed that show with Skip Bayless. He needed somebody to go against and be his foil, be the bad guy. Shannon's not a bad guy.
Fox gave that show to Shannon. That was their show. He was the host of it, but that was their show. They gave it to him like, here you go. because they helped them develop it. That's all I'm saying. We wouldn't have known that these guys was as talented as they are and was going to go like this if they didn't have them opportunities.
So why I watched Skip try it with other people. Why didn't it work then?
There's no chemistry. Like
with other people like who though?
Richard Sherman, garbage.
Oh, bunch of motherfuckers. Was it Keyshawn Johnson?
At the end. Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, but listen to
but
who
them
we're
guys
about.
wasn't talented.
Yeah, they're trash.
I'm not saying that Stephen A. and Shannon not talented. Yeah, absolutely. That's why they're able to carry this. But I'm just saying that you can't skip steps in their story and act like that wasn't a big part of it.
No, I agree. And once again, I'm not saying Skip didn't play a part, but I'm just saying Shannon and Stephen A. Smith, whether Skip was in their life or not, were going to be successful at what they do. Now, would it have been maybe to this magnitude? I don't know. But I'm not going to give Skip Bayless all the credit. Like I said, he's seen that talent in them and knew. To me, that's his genius to go, okay, that guy right there, I know if I get him on my side, we're going to rock and roll for however many years. But once again, I've seen him try with other people. Right now, Skip Bayless is Dame Dash, bro. I'm sorry. You on your own, you can't do it.
Yeah, somewhat. That's a good comparison, but at least he has another guy, Gilbert Arenas, that's there available to work with him, and they look like they're about to work together. And to your point, though, Skip Bayless is saying there was something I felt that I worked with Stephen A. Smith, and it worked, and I knew it was gonna work. He said the same thing about Shannon Sharpe when he filled in for Stephen A. Smith on First Take, and he was like, "Yo, this could work." He went to Fox and he suggested Shannon Sharpe. He pulled him in there. So again, remember Shannon Sharpe, the way he left CBS, that was with a case. He had another
HR case.
So he's going to, so now he's going to Fox, and Skip is like, yo, I don't care about any of that. We need him on here because that's the guy I have this with. Not Richard Sherman, not Paul Pierce, who maybe on their own they could do something. Because look, Max Kellerman didn't work out on First Take with Stephen A. Smith. I don't think Max Kellerman fits that thing because we all love Max Kellerman. We don't think he's those guys. We think he could go on his own and do his own show, but he might not. He might not work next to Skip Bayless. There's no
nobody could tell me what the fuck Shannon Sharpe was doing before Undisputed.
No, what he doing the football thing with Dion, LT, that shit was popping. But again, where did that go?
But my point, like, what the fuck? So he was about to jump through the roof and have the ability to rub up against stars and things like that. When they was on Fox, they was bringing in certain kind of people. So he's rubbing up against and cultivating relationships that he might not have got a chance to had he not been next to Skip Bayless. That's all I'm saying. Like, them niggas, they got led to the water and they drank, and now they, they the ones pouring the water. But
yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, but like I said, other guys had that opportunity to sit alongside Skip, and it didn't pop off like it popped off for Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharpe. And I disagree with you, Fabian. First Take was great with Max Kellerman. Stephen A. Smith was hate because a lot of people was rocking with Max Kellerman, and Stephen A. Smith started to see that. People, you know what happened with what's my man, the wide receiver. I mean, that's what T.O. said. A lot of people was rocking with Max Kellerman, and we all know how Stephen A. Smith is. He got to be the head honcho. I'm not saying that Max Kellerman is better at what Stephen A. Smith does, but to me, that show complimented great. I loved it. But once again, Stephen A. Smith made that decision, and it was just a straight up hating decision.
Yeah, that could be true. But what I'm saying is that to me, Max still didn't fit that show because that's not his forte. Like what I'm used to Max seeing is breaking shit down for a long time and not getting interrupted with the tomfoolery that Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith ultimately are. They're not really breaking shit down. So that's not Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman is breaking boxing down with the best of them. He knows the history, and even with basketball, he'll take it just as seriously. When he said the Andre Iguodala comment, everybody's flipping out about it, but you think about it, I don't know if Steph Curry's gonna get the rock at the end of the game. That's not promised. That's all his point was, and then they try to make him look like a clown. No, Stephen A. Smith. So who would you give the ball to? Obviously, you're gonna say the same thing everybody else does, Steph Curry. So he says the obvious. He's the barbershop guy. That Max, he's not a caricature. He's almost like too honest to be on that show. That's what it is to me with Max Kellerman. I don't think he fit that show, Flea. But
I mean, he always tried to dress it up like Max didn't fit the debate style. He didn't fit what I thought First Take was, the style of what First Take was. And that goes to your point. A little too serious, right? Just a little too, he was slightly entertaining, right? Because he had a lot of background that a lot of people not familiar with. Like Max was an aspiring rapper, and Max was, tried to be a part of the culture. He was a part of the culture, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like, you walked in there and you got the same feel from Skip Bayless that you got from Max Kellerman. When they started having those dudes come in there, whether that's stars or whether that's former players and athletes and all that shit, they was comfortable around Max. They was coming in there for Skip Bayless to chop his head off. So, and I don't know, like you said, OG, Stephen A might not like that. He just didn't like that. People like this nigga too much. Why do y'all like him?
Because he had to play the bad guy. Stephen A didn't want to be the bad guy, and Max was being the good guy, and there was nothing he couldn't play that role.
Nah, but obviously. But you know what else I think it was before we, move on? I just think, they had two different goals. Max doesn't do this for entertainment purposes and for money. And Stephen A. Smith has a goal. He wants to be revered and looked at as an athlete. So I think he looked at Max Kellerman and was like, yo, you don't get it. I want to be an entertainer. I want to be a superstar. I want to get the $200-300 million car. Max ain't looking at it like that. So I think it was a lot to that. And sometimes you got to give a person kudos for keeping it real. Stephen A. Smith said, bro, now do I agree with Stephen A. Smith? No. But to me, that's what that was. And that was foul. I think, listen, man, we can have a whole conversation about this. People don't want substance. They want the BS. Stephen A. Smith wants to be a superstar. That's just plain and simple. And him sitting next to Max Kellerman wasn't willing to play that game. He wanted to talk sports how he wanted to talk sports. So, yeah, but to me, it worked. It's just that your man was like, nah, this ain't gonna work for me.
I was over here just giving you a round of applause, OG, just in terms of how you broke down Stephen A. Because I think that's in a nutshell who he is. Like, if we just want to wrap that up in a couple of words, that's in a nutshell who he is. And to be honest with you, I think that's like the elephant in the room, right? That's like something that needs to be said to him so that we could just get it all. We just get that shit off our chest. Because I think a lot of us feel like that, us three. I'm sure every athlete that he comes into contact with feels like that. His nephew, his daughters, everybody feels the way you just put that. You want to be respected and looked at as one of them. And you fucking not. Bravo, nigga. Bravo. You nailed that. I'm sorry.
I think both of you guys have said it before, but the way he said it now, I think was on point. And Max Kellerman, I think he took away from that. Like him being him, he wasn't part of the show. And it's like, and it was naturally him. So now Stephen A., you could feel that shift in the room. Every guy knows this. Homeboy walks in the room and he's getting the lady looks. It's a different, listen, the edge is changing here. You got to do something. Start a fight. You got to break the momentum up. And Stephen A. Smith, he pulled his weight and go ahead.
No, but just real quick, sometimes you got to be careful what you ask for. Because now Stephen A. Smith, you got what you asked for, but the show is trash. Like, we have to be honest. The show is trash, bro. Listen, ESPN is a shambles. Monica McNutt just confused a Barry Sanders jersey for a Shador Sanders jersey. Like, we can't ignore that. I love her. We can't ignore what's going on over there. They are picking entertainment over substance, bro. A guy like Matt Kellerman, he made that he made it even. He brought like you know how sometimes you need the total opposite to kind of even things out, bro. They need more of Max Kellerman if you want people like us to start tuning back in, bro. I gave up on ESPN, and you don't be surprised how many people gave up on that. Listen, a lot of us say we want a bad bitch till we get the bad bitch. Then you going I ain't know this shit.
You're
Shit was like this.
You're gonna have a real problem getting any type of bitches after they see this tonight. You ain't gonna have you gonna have a serious problem getting any bitches after the way they see you talk about the women tonight. Dawn Staley, now Monica McNutt. God damn, OG. It's a fact. She did it, but damn.
So hold on. Tory B is family. Tory B can correct us when we're wrong. We can't correct the female if she's wrong.
Yeah.
Monica McNutt, we revere Monica McNutt. What she does with Knicks commentary is legendary. You cannot make a mistake like that on national live TV, bro. And we supposed to be sports historians and no, bro.
I think it was an honest mistake in being on stage. She's going too fast. She has like 20 jobs. Let's not forget that. Watch your mouth, AllBall. Monica McNutt been fired for a minute. For a minute, we holding her down.
And she shouldn't even be talking to that goofy. Let's talk about that. You shooting at ESPN? I don't want to talk to you niggas. Drewski, you are part of that. I don't want to talk to you niggas.
Wait, no, hold on.
Find somebody else to talk to this nigga. I don't want to talk to this nigga.
But that's why I disagree with AllBall, because you can't say ESPN is anywhere near flaming or failing. Bro, the NFL just bought 10% of ESPN. Documented. It's signed, sealed, delivered, papa. So they're telling you ESPN is NFL and WWF. That's what they promote. They're not even going to show UFC no more. They want the loud noises and fake skits. That's what they want, Flea. So Stephen A, who fits that more? Stephen A or Max Kellerman? AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.